All right, today we're going to extend some of the custom DB or group DB reporting capabilities that we showed in a prior video. Instead of using pgadmin just to pull a raw dump out, we are going to connect Tableau directly to the custom reporting database and run some more detailed reports. We've got 3 examples of reports here, which I'll place a link in the description. First report here is a source logical and data written by month, categorized by backup environment type. The schema allows us to do by environment type, by backup job, and by an individual object. So you end up getting a lot of control over what it is you want to see. So in order to do this, we're going to open up a new Tableau window. And we're going to connect it directly to the Postgres database running onto the Cohesity cluster. So we're going to select Postgres. We're going to go back over to our cluster, and we're going to get that information a little bit differently this time. We're going to leverage the REST API. After we've logged into the cluster, we have our security token and can perform GET calls on the API. Here we're going to use the fully qualified domain name of the cluster /iris services /API /v1 /public /postgres, and I'll put this link in the description as well. And here it returns the 2 nodes where the database is running with the username and password. So we're going to make sure we grab that information. We'll copy the password to our clipboard. We're going to use that node IP address. The database is Postgres. The username is reporting read, and we're going to place the password in there and log in. Once we've logged in, you can see we have a list of all of the tables here that we have available to us. We're going to spend most of the time dealing with protection job and protection job run tables. The very first report we're going to create, though, is the same chargeback report we did before. Tableau allows you to enter custom SQL queries to build the reporting table that you want to report against. So we're going to take this pre-created SQL query, which is also in the prior video's link. We're going to create a new custom SQL query. We're going to paste that directly in there, hit go, and now update. And now we see we have all the tables we need. We're going to jump over here. We're going to look at entity name, the job it's a part of, the data written, change this to average because it's just going to be the individual. And we're going to bring the charge over that we calculated based upon whatever it is you want to do. And this can be shown any number of ways. We'll do a quick table just to show how easy it is. And bingo. Now we have the $517 charge for the cyberscan test across these 2 entities. Super easy to do. All right, let's do this again, but let's do something a little bit more complex this time. As you can see, I have a couple here already created, and this is over time by group. Here is a time series chart of average data in, storage consumed, source logical, and then a calculated dedupe rate over time. And I'll put these Tableau workbooks in a link as well for you to connect with and just change your source on. Again, we're going to do a simple connection to the database. Grab the password one more time. And now we're connected. So this one ends up being a little bit more complex, and we'll show you how the data sources are connected here. We pull environment types, protection job run entities, protection job runs, and protection jobs directly into the reporting table field. Let's move this one off to the side and we'll give ourselves a little bit more space to work from. So here we're going to go grab environment types. We're going to grab protection job run entities. And it's going to ask us where to join this information. We're going to go environment ID, environment entity, environment type. Update. Now we have that data set joined. Now we're going to bring in the protection job runs and protection job information. Protection jobs is going to join to the job run entity types. Entity ID. And then we're going to grab protection jobs and do the same. Here we're going to join job ID with job ID and make sure we have a good data set. We do. Perfect. Now we're going to drop on over into the sheet, and the first thing we're going to have to do though is create a couple of calculated fields. One thing that the Cohesity does is we store the time in microseconds since epoch. So we're going to have to do a quick conversion here, and I have the calculations, which we'll put in the description as well. We're going to copy that and make these a little bit smaller. We're going to create a calculated field. We're going to call it protection job run entities start time. And save it. And really what this is doing, it's taking that as an integer, dividing it, and then adding it as a date time using seconds since epoch. Perfect. And we're going to drag this guy up here into columns. And we are going to change this quarters and month. Now we have our time. And we're going to go create a couple more quick calculations for changing the data size in bytes into gigabytes. This is optional. You can do whatever values you like in megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, however you want. It just makes the reporting look a little bit simpler. So here's the we're going to call this source logical in gigabytes. Paste that there. Drag this onto the field. And then we are going to add in data written in gigabytes. I'm just going to grab the calculation from the other field. Create a new calculated field. Data written in gigabytes. Paste that in there. There we go. Add that. And then we're going to color code this by the environment name. Drag this onto the color coding. And then we are going to change the type. And there we go. Very simple report. This must have a 0 timestamp in one of the fields. That's why that is showing up. But here you go, our source logical in gigabytes and the data written in gigabytes by month, grouped by the backup environment type. As you can see in our test cluster here, VMware is one of the larger systems on there. I hope you found this useful. We're going to save these off and post them. The links will be in the description. It'll be a GitHub link directly to the file. All you have to do is download them, change the connection string information, connect them directly to your cluster, and away you go. I'll also put some descriptions of the handy calculations I've done that will help save you time. This can be done, again, in any reporting tool. I just happen to pick Tableau because that's what we have and what we use here at Cohesity. I hope you were able to gain a little bit more information and a little bit more insight into the Groot database, or the custom reporting database as we call it. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.